Today I'm making a vibrant mixed pickle with cabbage, red cabbage, carrots, and this time I'm trying something new. A hot brine that speeds up the whole process, so the pickles are ready in about a week. The vegetables stay crisp and the flavor develops fast. Let me show you how to prep everything and pour the brine so you can try this quicker method at home. So I begin by cutting the stem part of my cabbage. This is kind of medium size, around 2.5 to 3 kilograms. Then I cut it into two sections. I'm not gonna use the green parts. I will use them for another recipe. You can make rolled cabbage, but it is better to use the ones that are softer, which has bigger leaves. I have the recipe too. I will add into the description. Normally I cut them into bigger chunks, but this time I will make it into smaller ones because we're gonna mix everything. Then add about 2 tablespoons of salt and rub the cabbage pieces with the salt. This way we are introducing the salt and it will release its water and reduce the size, and we will be able to add more into the jar easily. While it sits for about an hour in the tray, into another tray I do the same thing with the red cabbage. The red cabbages are more harder, so I cut them in smaller pieces. Next I cut my carrots into chunks. This will add some color, flavor and sweetness. Peeling the garlic could be the hardest thing because we're gonna use a lot and it takes time. So what you can do is just roughly take out into cloves. Don't work with to peel. Just add some water and let it sit for half an hour. This way it will be softer and easier to take out the skin. I will also add some red capia peppers, just roughly slicing them. Couldn't find cucumbers unfortunately, so I'm not gonna be able to add. If you can, make sure to add it. After about half an hour, as you can see, I can easily peel off the skin of the cloves. So my cabbages waited with the salt for about 2 hours. I have my jars ready here. Probably I will need more, so I'm gonna use this one too. I'm thinking to make some of it with cold water as a classic version and some of it to try to make a quick pickling. It will be ready in about a week. So I'm gonna use hot water in some of them. I'm gonna use a couple of chickpeas, dried. In my previous pickling recipe, I didn't use any chickpeas, but it's optional. You can, to help ferment it, use a couple of them if you prefer. And then place from the vegetables and also from the garlic into each jar. These are pickly clean and dry. I also wanted to slice some of the garlic so the flavor can infuse better. I placed them in layers to make some color, but you can simply bring them all together and then place it into the jar as well. Everything fit perfectly. So half of the medium-sized cabbage and half of the red cabbage, 3 carrots, 2 red peppers, and these are for 1 liter jar. Since I already have my setup, I decided to use a fourth of the cabbage for my bigger jar too. Okay, now for the brine, for 1 liter drinking water or boiled and cooled down water, I'm gonna use half cup of grape or apple vinegar. This is grape. I will add 2.5 tablespoons of salt. So in here I have 3 tablespoons of salt already. So in either batch of a 1 liter brine, use less salt accordingly, since you already have some in the jar. For the first batch of a brine, I'm gonna use full amount just to show you. 1, 2, 2.5. Normally I don't add sugar, but this time I want to give it a try. So I'm gonna add right on top of the jars. I will try 2 of it with hot brine. So I will use only this one to here. I'm not gonna melt the salt because it's gonna be too much. I will use half of it. I already have some here. Bismillah. For an extra flavor, I will add the stem part of some fresh parsley. You can also add some bay leaves either, or a leaf of celery. So this is the second batch, and I will do it with hot water now. I'm curious if you have ever tried making pickles with hot brine. Please write in the comments. So 2/3 of the 1 liter brine was enough, which is 3 cups. So that's why I used 1.5 tablespoon of salt, 1/3 of a cup vinegar, and 3 cups of hot water for these two. Now the peppers. These are kind of hot, so I'm gonna add a half to each one. Then I also added thin slices of lemon on each jar on top. Make sure you add enough brine. These two will go for the hot brine mixed pickles. And for the other two, I used my old lids that I already have on hand. Meanwhile, my second batch of the cabbage pieces that I rubbed with salt was rested enough, so I quickly placed it into my bigger jar. This time I wanted to add some beetroot as well. And again, I used hot water into this one too. For the very top, it is better to use bigger pieces, in case I used some cabbage here, so the small pieces cannot float on top. Since it's the season, I wanted to share the recipe right away with you. I will share the results for the hot brine from the community tab and the comments, so stay tuned. Okay, my beautiful mixed vegetable pickles are ready. I cannot wait to taste them. I will have to wait for a week for these quick picklings that I made using hot water, and these will wait for about 3 weeks, preferably in a cool, dry place. I have different pickle recipes on my channel. I will add the links for you. Turkish style traditional pickled cabbage, quick cucumber pickles, pickled green peppers with tomato sauce. It was also beautiful. So make sure to check them. And don't forget to give in the comments what kind of pickling do you prefer. Have you tried using hot water? Give your thoughts. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next episode. Afiyet olsun.